Hi, Dr. Holly. This is Astrid, and this is going to be my dissection video. Okay, so I'll leave with the light. Okay, so um, for the dorsal view, it would be like this. The structures I wanted to show are is the cerebrum that basically is a large part of the brain and areas within its control. Um, Within this area, it controls the muscle functions and also it controls speech, emotions, and as well as learning. Um, and then another structure that we can see here is the cerebellum, the bottom right here. And that control is basically known as the little brain as well. And it controls balance, coordination, movement, and motor skills. And then as well as the left hemisphere, it it controls sensation and perception. It has motor control, and it is also where higher level cognitive um takes place. And then for the right hemisphere, which is this one, that is where basically it controls the left hand side of the body, and it receives information from the left visual field, which basically controls our creativity, the context, and it helps us recognize like faces, places, and objects. And then last for this part, it would be the medulla. So this is the cerebellum, and then this would be the medulla. And I should put on there. One second. Okay, so this is the cerebellum, and then this will be the medulla, which basically it is where the brain and then the spinal cord are gonna connect, and it helps conduct the nerve signals to and from your body, and it also helps control the vital processes like your heartbeat, breathing, and blood pressure. For the ventral view is where we're gonna see the olfactory bulbs, which is basically gonna be this, and right here, these are the olfactory bulbs. And this control, it contains several types of nerve cells that are involved in the sense of smell. And then the olfactory tract is going to be this part right here. If you can see it very clearly, it will be this part of the olfactory tract. This specifically, it connects the olfactory bulb to the remainder of the cerebral cortex, which creates a direct connection between the sensory output and the olfactory neurons. And then we're going to see the optic chiasma, which is basically kind of like the middle part of it. My bio teacher basically kind of hinted at it, like basically where it meets in the middle, it kind of makes like a little X. You can't really see it through here, but it would be basically this part where it forms an X. And the optic chiasm allows for the crossing of the fibers from the nasal retina to the optic tract on the other side. And then there's going to be the optic nerve, which is basically this part. Let me see. it will be the optic nerve, which is basically this part. And it transmits sensory information for vision in the form of electrical impulses from the eye to the brain. And then for last but not least, for this part, it would be the pons, which is basically this part right here. And then this provides a route for signals to travel to and from your brain. And from this view, you can also see the medulla, which is this. And then you can see the spinal cord as well. And then the spinal cord, it's this will be the spinal cord, would be basically the end right here, which is it sends motor commands from the motor cortex to the muscles of the body and sensory information from the afferent fibers to the sensory cortex. Okay, from here, we're actually now we're actually going to get to the dissection part. And for that, we're going to cut it in the middle. So it would look like this. It would look like this. Let's see. It focuses. And so it will look like this right here. Yeah. Trying to see if I can get a better angle at it. Okay, that looks better. So for this part, it's going to be the sagittal view. And basically here you can actually see, you're gonna be able to see the third ventricle. It would be basically right here. Oop, right there. It's right here. It's basically gonna be between these two structures right here that I'm gonna mention later on. And the third ventricle, it sends messages to and receives messages from the lateral ventricles. And for another structure, it will be the fourth. Okay, it would be the fourth ventricle, which would basically located right here. And that it's gonna be the little gap right here. So basically that little gap right there, that is known as the fourth ventricle. And this protects the human brain from trauma, and it helps form the central canal. I think is how you pronounce it. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Excuse me. Okay, and then from here you can also see the corpus callosum, the corpus callosum, which is basically this area right here, right there, this white part of the brain. And the corpus callosum, it ensures both sides of the brain can communicate and send signals to each other. And then you can still see the cerebellum. It would be this little cloud right there. Looks like a little cloud. Okay, and then we're gonna be able to see the hypothalamus, which is right here. Okay, the hypothalamus, it would be this part right here, and then basically this part right here. Okay, so the hypothalamus, it produces hormones that control body temperature, heart rate, hunger, and mood. And then you can also see the thalamus, which is the hypo would be in the bottom, like right here. And then the thalamus is up here, hypothalo. And then the thalamus, it relays sensory and motor signals as well as regulation of consciousness and alertness. Oh, the gyrus. I forgot about the gyrus. Okay. So the gyrus is located right here. Will be right there. And then the gyrus increases the surface area of the cerebral cortex and they form brain divisions. The gyrus would be right there. And then the midbrain will be right here. Right. Maybe. Okay. So the midbrain would be right there. And the midbrain processes visual and auditory signals. So it'll basically be right here. And then right there. Okay, let me see what else. Oh, this cerebral aqueduct. Yeah, cerebral aqueduct. It would be it would be right here. So the cerebral aqueduct, it channels it serves as a channel to connect the third and the fourth ventricle, and it allows the cerebrospinal fluid to pass between them. So right here, and as you remember, what's it called? The fourth was right here, and then the third was located right here. So it basically helps with that pass through. Yeah, because this is the third ventricle, and then this is the fourth. It serves as a channel to connect both of them. Okay, and then I've the pineal body. The pineal body. The pineal body would be right here. And so right here, it would be the pineal body. And the pineal body serves as to receive information about the state of the light dark cycle from the environment and convey the information by the production of secretion of the hormone melatonin. Okay, let me just go over my list to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so I talked about okay, so that should be it. But yeah, this is my dissection video, and I hope I explained everything correctly and that you were able to see each structure that I mentioned in my brain. But yes, okay, thank you for the class this whole semester. I really enjoyed learning about the brain, and yeah, and then also this section, which I enjoyed, which I did in GB2 back like 2 years ago. So it was nice to do it again. Right, thank you.